cutting energetic cords with your old identity to reach the transition phase. Every version of you leaves an energetic imprint inside your nervous system. Old identities do not disappear when you decide to evolve. They remain alive as invisible structures feeding on familiar emotions, repeated thoughts, and unconscious survival patterns. The body memorizes every timeline you once accepted as truth. And until those psychic attachments are severed, your consciousness continues looping through expired realities long after your soul has already outgrown them. Every version of you leaves an energetic imprint inside your nervous system. Old identities do not disappear when you decide to evolve. They remain alive as invisible structures feeding on familiar emotions, repeated thoughts, and unconscious survival patterns. The body memorizes every timeline you once accepted as truth. And until those psychic attachments are severed, your consciousness continues looping through expired realities long after your soul has already outgrown them. The old self survives through repetition. It recreates familiar emotional chemistry to keep its structure alive. Even suffering becomes addictive when the nervous system associates pain with identity. The body begins defending outdated realities because uncertainty feels more dangerous than transformation. This is why evolution feels terrifying. The former self interprets change as psychological death, and in many ways, it is exactly that. Every attempt to transition into a higher state activates resistance from the old energetic architecture. Former identities fight for survival because they were built to protect you during earlier stages of consciousness. But protection eventually becomes imprisonment. The energetic system keeps replaying emotional patterns that no longer align with your future timeline. And the longer those cords remain active, the more exhausted your spirit becomes. Some energetic cords originate from people, others originate from identities, memories, environments, or emotional addictions. The strongest cords are usually connected to pain because intense emotions create powerful energetic imprints. Trauma leaves open energetic pathways that continuously drain life force without the person realizing it. This is why certain memories still trigger physical reactions years later. The nervous system remembers what the conscious mind tries to forget. The transition phase begins when consciousness can no longer tolerate its existing energetic structure. Life starts feeling heavy, disconnected, and emotionally distorted. Old pleasures stop satisfying the soul. Familiar environments begin feeling foreign. Relationships lose energetic resonance. This stage confuses many people because the old reality is collapsing before the new identity fully forms. It feels like psychological drowning between timelines. During energetic deconstruction, the body experiences instability because consciousness is rewriting its internal blueprint. Sleep patterns shift, emotions intensify, random memories resurface unexpectedly. The nervous system enters recalibration as suppressed energies rise to the surface for release. This process is not punishment, it is energetic purification. The psyche is dismantling outdated survival programs that can no longer exist inside your evolving frequency. Most people fear the void state because identity dissolves there. The void is the psychological space between who you were and who you are becoming. Nothing feels stable inside it. Old beliefs collapse while the future self remains invisible. But this emptiness is sacred. It is where consciousness detaches from false structures and prepares for cellular reconfiguration. Transformation requires temporary energetic emptiness before rebirth can occur. Cord cutting is not emotional suppression, it is conscious energetic disentanglement. The purpose is not to erase memory, but to remove energetic dependency. When you cut a cord, you reclaim fragmented life force trapped inside expired emotional contracts. You stop unconsciously feeding realities that no longer support your evolution. This creates space for new energetic pathways to emerge inside the nervous system. Each severed attachment destabilizes the old identity structure. The psyche temporarily experiences disorientation because familiar energetic patterns disappear. This is why many people return to toxic cycles after brief moments of awakening. The nervous system craves familiarity even when familiarity causes suffering. True transformation demands the willingness to remain inside uncertainty long enough for a new internal frequency to stabilize. Energetic cords communicate directly with the body through emotional chemistry. Thoughts become biological instructions. Repeated emotions reinforce neurological pathways that anchor consciousness into specific timelines. Once cords are removed, the nervous system slowly stops reproducing the same emotional loops. This allows perception itself to change. You literally begin seeing reality differently because your internal energetic filter is no longer operating from the past. The destruction of the former self often feels lonely because familiar identities no longer recognize you. Some relationships weaken naturally because they were built around old energetic agreements. The soul understands this before the ego does. Evolution changes your frequency, and frequency determines what remains aligned within your reality. Not everything can transition with you into the next phase. Energetic transition also alters your perception of time. The past loses emotional gravity, while the future feels strangely undefined. Consciousness enters a non-linear state where intuition becomes stronger than logical prediction. This is the dismantling of psychological continuity. Your old timeline is losing authority over your perception, allowing a new reality structure to slowly emerge. The void phase strips away artificial identity layers until only raw consciousness remains. This stage can feel emotionally numb because the nervous system is no longer attached to previous energetic stimulation. Many mistake this emptiness for failure. In reality, the soul is entering energetic neutrality. It is preparing the body for complete frequency reconstruction without interference from the past. Cellular reconfiguration begins subtly. The body starts responding differently to environments, conversations, and emotional stimuli. Certain places suddenly feel energetically unbearable. Your tolerance for deception weakens. Intuition becomes physically noticeable. The nervous system is recalibrating itself to support a higher energetic frequency. What once felt normal begins feeling spiritually incompatible. Every spiritual transition contains a threshold moment where consciousness must choose between regression and evolution. The old identity offers temporary comfort because it is predictable, but the future self demands surrender into the unknown. This is where most transformations collapse, not because the soul is weak, but because uncertainty terrifies the nervous system more than suffering itself. Fear during transformation is often misunderstood. It is not always danger. Sometimes fear is simply the nervous system reacting to unfamiliar energetic territory. The body interprets uncertainty as threat because survival conditioning depends on repetition, but evolution requires entering frequencies your old identity cannot understand. Growth always appears chaotic from the perspective of the collapsing self. Stillness becomes essential during energetic transition. Constant distraction interrupts the nervous system's ability to reorganize itself. Silence exposes unconscious emotional residue hidden beneath mental noise. This is why many people avoid stillness entirely. The moment external stimulation disappears, unresolved energetic patterns rise to the surface, demanding recognition and release. Transformation is not self-improvement. It is identity death followed by energetic reconstruction. The old self cannot accompany you into expanded consciousness because it was built within limited perception. every false identity eventually collapses under the pressure of spiritual evolution. The soul continuously pushes toward authenticity regardless of how uncomfortable the process becomes. The transition phase feels unstable because reality itself responds to internal energetic shifts. New opportunities appear unexpectedly. Old structures collapse without warning. Synchronicities intensify. Consciousness begins attracting experiences aligned with its evolving frequency. Reality mirrors the nervous system's transformation in real time, revealing how deeply inner states shape external timelines. As energetic attachments dissolve, emotional clarity returns gradually. The mind becomes quieter because unconscious resistance weakens. You stop fighting yourself internally. Decisions become intuitive rather than fear-based. This is the beginning of energetic coherence, where thoughts, emotions, and soul alignment finally move in the same direction instead of conflicting against one another. The future self does not emerge through force, it emerges through energetic availability. Once the old identity releases its grip, consciousness naturally reorganizes around higher frequencies already waiting beneath the surface. Transformation is less about becoming someone new and more about removing everything, preventing your original essence from fully expressing itself. Every released cord returns trapped energy back to the soul. Emotional exhaustion decreases because consciousness is no longer fragmented across expired realities. This reclaimed life force becomes fuel for manifestation, intuition, creativity, and spiritual perception. The energy once consumed by survival patterns finally becomes available for conscious creation. Many identities coexist within the subconscious simultaneously. Some belong to childhood, others belong to fear, trauma, rejection, or social conditioning. Spiritual evolution requires collapsing these fragmented selves into a unified energetic field. This integration restores inner coherence and allows consciousness to operate from authenticity instead of psychological fragmentation. After prolonged energetic dismantling, moments of deep clarity begin appearing unexpectedly. Reality feels lighter. Emotional reactions lose intensity. The nervous system no longer constantly anticipates danger. This is evidence that the body is adapting to a new internal frequency. Peace starts replacing survival mode because the old energetic architecture is finally collapsing. The transition phase changes perception permanently. You stop identifying with temporary emotional states and begin observing them without attachment. This creates psychological freedom. Consciousness becomes less reactive and more intentional. Instead of unconsciously repeating inherited patterns, you begin consciously shaping your energetic reality from awareness itself. Rebirth is not dramatic in the beginning. It arrives quietly through subtle energetic shifts. You notice stronger intuition, deeper boundaries, and emotional stability that once felt impossible. The new identity forms naturally because it is no longer competing against energetic interference from the past. What emerges feels less constructed and more spiritually authentic. Once the nervous system stabilizes within its upgraded frequency, reality reorganizes around the new energetic signal being transmitted. Different people appear, different opportunities align, different emotional experiences become normal. Consciousness begins inhabiting a completely different timeline because the internal energetic blueprint generating reality has fundamentally changed. Cutting energetic cords is ultimately an act of spiritual liberation. It is the refusal to remain psychologically imprisoned by outdated identities and unconscious emotional contracts. Every released attachment creates more space for the soul to fully embody itself within physical reality. Freedom begins the moment consciousness stops feeding expired versions of itself. The transition phase is not the end of who you are. It is the collapse of everything you were never meant to remain. The old self dissolves, so consciousness can exist without distortion, fear, or energetic fragmentation. What survives the void is your original essence untouched by conditioning. And once those cords are fully severed, reality itself begins responding to the frequency of your liberated soul.